All right, well, we're ripping through this one, Stats Guy. We're up to the best bets already.
Yes.
So roll us through there. I see you've got an EPL future, and I've got some EPL futures too.
I think we've both got a few EPL
first.
futures. Yeah, sure. So I'm having a look at the EPL futures. You've got sort of Arsenal now that are dropping in odds in the top, so I just want to stay a little bit clear of them. As you said, you're still a little bit worried, but I want to try and find a little bit more value in the Premier League.
We started seven of our strongest 11 didn't start on.
I saw that. Yeah.
So not really.
Not too worried.
Happy to lose that game to win the title.
No, agreed. You'd rather win the Premier League than the FA Cup.
Well, exactly. Like you would have learned, Arsenal would have learned a lot, whereas City started basically everyone. So, I think they started 8 of their best 11. So
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
5. Yeah, and there was a few. Lakonga was a bit. How you going? So anyway, we won't get into that.
No, that's all right. So I'm going to have a look at a bit more value. So you can, most of our sites, I'm looking at Bluebet specifically, you can bet on the top 6 finish. So I know it's a bit risky and people think Liverpool and Chelsea are going to bounce back, but I'm really loving Brighton.
They stink.
Yeah. So I think
Not
Liverpool
Brighton,
are
$1.30.
Yeah, Liverpool are $1.30 to jump back into the top 6 over Brighton.
$1.65 to make the top 4, I think, which
that's ridiculous.
Stupid.
But I think
if you take donate your money to @Alex and Stats Guy.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I think Brighton at $2.75 is too good of odds to pass by. A lot of the odds in the Premier League futures now are pretty low, but Brighton, who just they've beaten Liverpool the last few times, they're a better team this season than Liverpool, who are the ones looking to jump into that top 6. I think they can easily beat them. They've beaten lots of teams around them. They're unbeaten in their last 6 in all competitions. They've got a firing Karo Mutoma from
Nailed it.
Japan. Mutoma from Japan. Yeah. He's got 4 goals and an assist in his last, I think, 6 matches. He's been unbelievable. They signed him for $3 million, which is ridiculous. I think he was just going to be a almost second, third squad player. Not even now he's their best player by a million miles. Been one of the best players in the Premier League last couple of months. They've even got Alexis McAllister, who's still going well after some confidence from the World Cup, and they've got Lewis Dunk in defence, who's holding down really well and even scored in the FA Cup this morning. So I think they did lose Trossard 2 weeks ago, and there's a chance they're going to lose Moses Caicedo to Arsenal as well. So that's sort of a big dent in their midfield if both of those players leave in the transfer period. It is, but for some reason, everyone wrote them off at the start of the season. They lost Graham Potter. They lost a few of those other big players, and everyone thought, they're going to drop off. But they just somehow keep getting better. I think they've just got a good core that can keep winning. And I think other than Man City or Arsenal, I think Brighton can beat every other team in the league. So, top 6 bet, $2.75.
Liverpool, 3 times?
Yeah, 3 times. They've beaten Chelsea. They've beaten, I think, a few other pretty top teams. So I think, they're a good bet. They're just firing an attack. So why not $2.75? I think in the next 3 weeks or so, that could drop a fair bit. So,
there's 3 points between 6th and 11th at the moment.
Yes, which is still
how hectic this little mid part of the table is. And all it takes is 2 losses and you're sort of in some trouble. Yeah. But I don't mind that as a bet. I had a quick look at that market when I saw that you put this in. I don't mind Brentford at $21. Because Brentford have a game
for top 6, really? Wow.
Yeah, for top 6. Brentford have a game in hand on Fulham and Tottenham. Tottenham are in 5th at the moment, and Fulham are above them as well.
Yeah, that's not a bad bet, actually. Yeah. They've been playing well.
We've been championing how good Brentford have been going. They've only lost 4 games of the year. When you look at who's above them, United, Tottenham, Brighton, Fulham have all lost more games. Liverpool
even Tottenham,
and Chelsea
I think,
have also lost more games. Exactly.
Yeah. I think Tottenham could drop off, maybe not out of the top 6, but they could the way they're playing at the moment, yeah.
Well, the problem with Tottenham is all the teams below them, other than Fulham, have all got a game or 2 games in hand on them. Like Liverpool have 2 games in hand on Tottenham. Brighton have 2 games in hand. Brentford, Chelsea, and Aston Villa all have 1 game. So I don't mind Brentford at $21. They're doing a really good job with only 35% possession a game. That wasn't even one of my futures. I just saw you betting in that market. I'm like, I'll have a quick look at this.
I didn't know that was that much.
I was like, Brentford $21 is worth it.
It's all
they beat Man City. Like, come on, they're good.
Everyone's
Tony keeps scoring as much as he's betting.
Yeah, I still don't know what's going to happen with him.
He's still playing 18 years. Doesn't matter.
But top 6, I think. Yeah, but I think top 6 just provides a bit more value than some other Premier League.
That's it. Like I said, I've gone to the other end. So my future,
have a look.
I'm going to start with who's going to finish last. I believe I'm tipping Everton to finish last.
Really?
At $4.20. #nice. Everton stink. Like they are good, honestly absolute shambles. Like what is going on at that joint? They sack Lampard. The chairman wants to sell, but no one wants to buy him because they're going to get relegated. They're going to pay for a new stadium. They sell Anthony Gordon to Newcastle this morning, who's been playing really well. Yeah, but it's just like you're selling a good player. No one wants to come to you guys. Like there was that, I can't remember the guy's name, but he was signed, sealed, and delivered. And then at the last second, he sees, I think it was Sean Dyche is gonna take over. And he's like, nah, man, I'm gonna go to Tottenham. Like, and he went, and the guy went to Tottenham. It's slipped my mind. I can't even for the life of me think of it. But he's basically signed the contract, but didn't send it to the FA, and then went sign with Tottenham. Yeah, that happened late last week. It was hilarious. It's just like, it just shows what's going on with Everton. Yeah. And also the problem is I don't see where the goals are going to come from. They've only scored 15 this season, which is the second lowest of anyone. It just seems like the wheels could fall off and they could just get battered for the next 3 months.
I got a good stat for you actually. With Everton are the longest stint in the Premier League, I think, equal with Arsenal. Like for not being relegated. I mean, Everton's not the biggest club, but 1950 was the last time they got relegated. So if they get relegated this season.
And you'd also doubt if like United and all that had been relegated too if we delve back into
it. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure
it might be like outside of the top 4 or 6 that's probably it, because you'd struggle to see when Chelsea or United ever got relegated either. So.
True. We'll have to have but they haven't got relegated since 1950. Which is so it could be the year.
They're going to get relegated this year because they finished last. So they're $4.20 for some reason. Like I don't understand why Southampton are the favourites to. No, sorry, Bournemouth are the favourites to finish last.
Bournemouth, yeah, okay. They've conceded the most goals, I think, but yeah.
Yeah, but they've also scored goals. Like, I was listening to Ben Foster, his podcast the other day, and he's like, everyone's like, oh, you need defence. He's like, nah, man. He's like, you need to score goals. He's like, yeah, okay, you leak 1 or 2, but if you can score 3, you can still win games of football. You can't
exactly
score
right.
How do you win games of football, stats guy?
You put them in the back of the onion bag.
There you go. You score more goals.
Going
with that. My other team to be relegated is Southampton. They're $1.65 to be relegated. I think the bottom 3 is not. I think the bottom 3 is set. I just think the order's going to change. Everton will finish last. I think Bournemouth and then Southampton. Southampton $1.65. They're gone. They're all in the bottom 3 now. It won't change. Bournemouth are $1.15. So there's no use in betting there. They've all only got 15 points. Problem for Southampton is. They won in the FA Cup over the weekend, so it adds more games of football to their schedule that they probably don't need. It's probably good for prize money and stuff like that, which is great, but you
not
can't
when
play
you
more games of football.
Last,
exactly, when you're trying to think. They've got an 18-goal differential, so they're negative 18. They've only scored 17 themselves 18. That's in 20 games. So, I think the $1.65 there about Southampton to get the old bounce down to the championship is a bet. It's negative, but you know what? It's all about making money at the end of the day, and those are the 2 things I like.